What's up, everybody? My name is Husky. I made a video a while back showing how to make an AVI, and it did really well. I want to thank you guys for the support. This is kind of a follow-up to it. I had someone ask me on Twitter. He goes by VLX.D, and he asked me how you change the letters on here. And unfortunately, it's not too simple. You pretty much just have to make a new logo. But I am going to be going over it. So I'll link the logo, the original one from the tutorial. It's the same PSD I'm using here in the description. You guys can follow along. First things first, go ahead and open it. When you open it, it's going to open up looking somewhat like this. I have edited this a little bit, but it's going to look pretty much the same. The layout should be the same too. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and click Evo Logo 2021, the folder right here. This eye icon next to it on the left, you're going to click that. And it's going to basically make it invisible. It's still there, it's just invisible, but it's not going to interfere with our workspace. We're going to go to our text tool right here. We're going to create some text. Go ahead and backspace. You'll go ahead and type the name, press enter. And then where it says layer 41 right here, it might say layer different name. Just go ahead and drag it above the folder and it will show. You can then go click on our text tool again. We can highlight it. We can make it bigger. So you're going to go up here. We'll make it 400. We're going to say that's our team name just for the tutorial. You can mess around with fonts. Make sure you use them in your means. If you need to, go ahead and down the size so it shows up. You'll find a font you like. We're going to use the second one right here. You can go ahead and bring it down a little bit. You can use your tools right here, the text properties, to change it up a little bit. You can space out the lettering, put it back together. It's really whatever you want to do. We'll say we're happy right there. So now what we're going to do is this text layer right here that says mag. So the text layer you're working on. For the rest of the video, I'll just call this your logo. So you're going to right click your logo. Go to rasterize type. From this point on, you can't edit the actual text. If I go to the text tool, try highlighting it, it won't work. So make sure you have it right before you do that. Next thing we're going to do, and they actually changed this, so I'm going to make a video talking about it, but don't worry about that, just follow what I'm doing here. You'll make sure your logo is selected. You're going to go up right here between filter and view. There's the option for 3D. Go ahead and click that. And go to new 3D extrusion from selected layer. Go ahead and click that. Watch what it does. It's going to make it 3D. And this is the step I had to do when I originally made that logo. So you're just doing the exact same step. So you can mess around with the extrusion depth. So you'll see there that adds more, adds less. You always want to add more to the back rather than the front. You have these options right here. There's 5 of them. So you can rotate it side by side. You want to keep it straight though, obviously. You can rotate it around with that first one that I had. That's kind of the one I find myself using more than any of them. You can move it around with this third one. So you move it around the canvas. But really, I don't use the other two. I really just use the first one and the third one. So go ahead and get that right. They did update the 3D thing in Photoshop, so it's a little more annoying, but it's whatever. Alright, next what you're going to do when you have it in a place you like it, this is how it will look when it's done. So you're going to Go to your properties right here, and where it says cast shadows, you're going to uncheck that, and cast shadows, you're going to uncheck that as well. Next thing you're going to do is go ahead and click the 2D part, so the white part of the logo, just click it. It's going to bring up this menu right here. This sphere right here, you're going to click that. You're going to scroll down until you find this yellow one right here. Let's go ahead and click that. Oh, my bad. You're going to up the glow 100%, down the height to 0. Keep the opacity where it is. So those are the only two things you're going to mess with. You're then going to click the 3D part, so this more black part right here, or gray. Going to click that. You're going to go back to the sphere. You're going to scroll down until you find this yellow one right here. Now what we're going to do is go to base color. Click that. We're going to make it red. Again, we're going to up the glow. Put the height to 0. And now here's the next step, and this one might take a little bit. So you're going to go to 3D. And you're going to go to render 3D layer. So let me find that. Where is it? It's right here. So it's the 5th option from the bottom. So render 3D layer. Now, depending on your computer, this may go fast, this may go slow. It kind of all depends on what you're using. You know, I've had it take, 5 minutes at most on this computer. On my old one, sometimes it would take 10. It kind of just depends, but this is kind of a crucial step. So I will check back with you when it's done. Whatever you do, don't click anything. Don't mess with anything. Once it's done, I'll show you guys what to do. Alright, now that that's done, make sure you don't touch anything within the workspace. We're going to go right here to our layer section. We're going to press layers. We're going to go down to where it says mag. So you'd click your logo. So right click it. And you go to rasterize layer. Now we're free to actually move it around. But before we do that, we need to go to our quick selection tool. So it's the 4th tool down on the toolbar. If it's not showing up, you click and hold, and it's going to show right here, quick selection tool. So you'll see here we have 3 different separated pieces of yellow. So we have the M, the A, and the G. Depending on your logo, it could be one piece. You don't have to do 3 different, steps of it. But on this one we do. So for the first one, so the M, you really just have to click and drag a little part of it, and it's going to select it. Make sure you don't click the red, we just want the yellow. So once you do that, you're going to right click, go to layer via copy. Now we're going to go back to your logo, so the original logo, so mag right here. We'll go to the A. Again, we're going to click and drag the yellow just a little bit. So click and drag release. We're then going to right click again, go to layer via copy, and we're going to go back to the original again. That's a key thing. You need to go back to the original layer, so it won't select it. So we're going to go, and finally we're going to do the G. So you click drag, it's going to select it, right click, layer via copy. Now that we have these 3 layers, you'll see what happens when I click this. So the bottom layer right here, our original, it disappears, and we'll only show the 2D. So these 3 layers right here are the 2D, this bottom one is the 3D. I want to combine these 3 layers into one, so what I'm going to do, go ahead and click the top one, and then click the bottom one, so the bottom of the 2D layers. Not the original, just the bottom of the 2D. So I'm selecting all 3. So again, you click the first one, you hold shift, and then you click the bottom one, it's going to select all. Really important tool to know. From there, you're going to right click it. Any of these selected layers right here that are highlighted, you're going to right click one of them and go to merge layers. Now from here we can go to our 2D layer, so the one you just worked with. We're going to right click it, go to blending options, color overlay, You want the blend mode to be normal, and we're going to make it a light, very light gray. So like that. Press OK. Now we're going to go to our 3D layer, which is our original one. We're going to right click it, go to blending options. Again, go to color overlay. Make sure it's on normal. Click this little bar right here. And we're going to make it a dark gray. So, right about there. That's how you want it to look. Press OK. Press OK. Now from here we're going to right click this layer we just worked on and go up to rasterize layer style. Go to the 2D layer, right click it, go to rasterize layer style, and now it's set in. These are the colors they will be. In order to stay organized, we're going to rename the top layer to 2D, the bottom layer to 3D. When you rename it, just double click the text right here, do a highlight, backspace it, and there you go. So we have our 2D and our 3D layer. On our 2D layer, I want to clean this up a little bit, so here's how I do that. We're going to go to our third tool down, the polygon tool. What you're going to do is, you see these edges where it's not so sharp, you're just going to click, drag down. You just kind of want to get rid of them. So you want to make them straight and smooth. And you don't have to do this, I'm just doing it to make it look a little cleaner, but you want to go all the way around. So here, I'm going to show you guys real quick. So right here, you want to get rid of a little sliver of it, so right there. When you click, it sets as a straight line, so you click it, and you go up from here, click it, and you need to come all the way around to where you started, and then that little dot right there will show up. You click it, and then you just press delete. And you see what that does. Makes it a really clean line, and you can do that around the whole thing. I recommend it. So again, you click. You're just trying to make these straight lines right here. And I don't think I ever showed this in any of my other tutorials, but this is something that's important. So you do want to get as close to the edge you can. I know I'm rushing a little bit, that's just so this doesn't take forever, but you just want to go around the whole thing, really just clean it up a little bit. You can do it pretty quickly once you get the hang of it. So yeah, you guys kind of see what I'm getting at. So just to make it quick, we'll do this. Do this right here. And then just one more right here. Yeah, and you definitely do want to do a better job than I'm doing, but again, just to make it quick. And we got one more right here. All right. Definitely looks cleaner. There's just one more thing that's bothering me just a little bit. It's this right here. All right, boom. And every time I'm done with this, I always just click this thing and then click the screen. So I click the second tool above it and then just click the screen. That's always a word. That's not how you're supposed to do it, but that's always what I've done. All right. So from here, here's where the old logo comes into place, so the Evo logo. In order to make this easy, we're going to go on the old logo to our 2D layer, so the Evo logo 2021. We're going to click the 2D layer, right click it, go to copy layer style. Then we're going to go on your logo, you're going to go to the 2D layer, right click it, paste layer style. We're going to repeat that step with the 3D layer on the Evo logo. So you're going to select the 3D layer, right click it, go to copy layer style. Then on your logo, the 3D layer, you're going to click it, right click it, go to paste layer style. And you'll see what that does right there. Now here's the fun part. You get to delete the EVO logo 2021. We'll delete it. We're done with it. We don't need it. You're going to find a nice picture for the background. So really anything you want. This is kind of following the old tutorial. But you're going to go to File, Place Embedded. We're going to first place it in the background. We'll size it out. Make it bigger. Computer is not liking this right now, but that's fine. Press Enter. As usual, I always right-click that background layer we just put. Go to Blending Options. Then I make the opacity very light. Put it at 20. Press Enter. Then where you have your 2D layer, click it. So click it, then you go to File, Place Embedded. You can use any picture, you can mix and match, whatever you want, but I'm going to use the same one. So you place it, and look at that, it's right over the logo. I don't even need to move around. I'm going to press Enter. And then the most useful thing I've ever learned in Photoshop is that layer you just put down, you're going to right click it, and then click Create Clipping Mask. And you see what that does, that bonds it to the logo. Some people do this, some people don't. You can right click it, duplicate layer, press OK, and you can drag it right above the 3D layer. You can right click that. Again, choose Create Clipping Mask, and there it is. It's barely visible, but that's how I like it. Alright. And sometimes there might be this little area in the background. You see right there, that line? You can also get rid of that too. Sometimes I leave it because I actually like the way it looks, but if you want to get rid of it, you click your 3D layer. You can really go to any of these tools, but we're going to just use the normal eraser tool for this. So you click that eraser tool right there. We're going to up the size a little bit, make sure it's a hard round, and then from there you see what I'm doing. Slowly getting rid of it. Might want to go to the 2D layer too. Do the same thing. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Make sure your opacity is at 100, by the way. That's huge for this. Only way it will really work. You want to get as close to the edge as possible, but definitely don't hit it. Alright. And from there you can go up to your name. You can type whatever you want. A logo like this, it's fairly small, so I can bring it up. And there you have it. So I know that's maybe not exactly what you're hoping for. I wish it was as easy as you could just change the letters on the original logo, but unfortunately you do have to go through all these steps. But it's unfortunately part of it. So I'd be happy with how it's turned out. But yeah, I hope that helped. The reason I kind of jumped on this, I still am planning my advanced header tutorial, but the reason I jumped on this is because the dude that asked, he was cool about it and everything, and it's a lot easier for me to make a video, when somebody requests something than just make myself. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I do have some stuff planned here soon, including the advanced header tutorial, but I'm trying to figure out a way to the method I want to use for that. And then I also might have a montage coming out soon, or just a highlights video, since the old Call of Duties are playable again on Xbox. So anyway, thank you guys so much for the support recently. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.